Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. In this one, I'm going to be showing y'all one of the best ghoul builds that you can possibly make. This one is extremely powerful. I know many players that have utilized this ghoul build to get through the raid easily. And as you know, the raid's supposed to be the hardest content in the game. Myself included. I use this build as well. And I'm telling y'all, it works. 100%. I mean, you're seeing footage of it for proof here. Yeah, if you're looking for a solid in-game ghoul build, you came to the right video. Before I get into this though, I just want to give credit where credit is due. Big thanks to my buddy Dinothaur, first off, for sharing this build with me. This is a build he uses personally, and he runs raids all the time. And so I trusted him with this build, and once I used it, I was like, okay, wow, yeah, this does work. So I decided to share it with y'all now, since I've given it many test runs. Literally, I've done hundreds of raids with this build, not even being over dramatic. Also, I want to give credit to my buddy Syados801 as well for helping me get some extra gameplay footage of using this build. I'll have their accounts down below in the description. Big thanks to them for helping make this video possible. So yeah, let's get into this. As you can see, starting off here with the special perk points that you want. You want to start off with a base of 10 strength, 12 perception, 7 endurance, 3 charisma, 9 intelligence, 6 agility, and 9 in luck. Eventually though, for the legendary perk cards, you're going to want to get +5 endurance, so you're going to want to max the endurance legendary perk card out. Eventually, I know this will take some time. Don't worry though, this build can still be utilized and great, even if you don't have all these legendary perk cards together. Just slowly build your way up to all of this if you can't quite yet. But yeah, these legendary perk cards will make it so you can add even more regular perk cards onto your build to help it be more powerful. Next up here, you want +5 for the intelligence legendary perk card, +5 for the legendary agility perk card, +5 for the legendary luck perk card, +5 for the legendary strength perk card, and lastly, you want to max out taking one for the team legendary perk card. This will make it so enemies take 40% more damage when they attack you if you're on a team. In case some of you are wondering what level is this going to require to acquire all these legendary perks, it's going to require over level 500. As you can see here from the Nukes and Dragons, it's going to cost a total perk coins of 1800, which is 500 level ups. These become available at level 50, so roughly 550, a little over. Like I said, this isn't an in-game ghoul build, but keep in mind this build can still be powerful even without all the legendary perk cards. So just take notes of what I'm about to be sharing with y'all next. That is the regular perk cards, how to make this build a freaking build. Some you're probably going to have to get rid of though if you don't have the legendary perk cards, but that's alright. You're just going to be getting rid of like 2 perk cards per one that you don't have the legendary perk card with to get that extra +5. But that's alright. It's not going to like break the build like I was saying. Anyways, okay, so let's get into this. For the strength category, you're going to want 3 for bringing the big guns, 3 for bullet storm, 2 for lock and load, 3 for blocker, 2 for brick wall, 1 for arms keeper, and 1 for easy target. Next up here for the perception category, you're going to want 3 for number cruncher, 2 for tank killer, 3 for concentrated fire, 2 for awareness, and 2 for tormentor. Carrying on here for the endurance category, you're going to want 2 for life giver, 1 for ironclad, 2 for bullet shield, 1 for the starched jeans, 3 for glowing gut, and 3 for fireproof. For the charisma category, you're going to want 1 into strange numbers and 2 for tenderizer. For the intelligence category, you're going to want 2 for field surgeon, 3 for power user, 2 for stabilized, 2 for science, 2 for batteries included, 2 for good with salt, and 1 for first aid. For the agility category, you're going to want 3 for gunslinger, 2 for the gunslinger expert, 2 for the guerrilla expert, 3 for the guerrilla master, and 1 for gun vu. For the luck category, you're going to want 3 for better criticals, 1 for ricochet, 3 for the critical savvy, 2 for faulty spots, 3 for glowing criticals, and 2 for one gun army. Those glowing criticals and faulty spots are some nice ghoul perk cards. So is the glowing gut. I mean, there's some great perk cards for the ghoul that we're utilizing here. Anyways, now let's carry on to mutations. So for mutations, bird bones, eagle eyes, egghead, herbivore, marsupial, and speed demon. If herbivore is a great mutation for food buffs to get you to do more damage, such as the blight soup. That's going to get you to do 100% extra critical damage, and if you're on a team, it's going to get you to do 125% extra critical damage because of the strange in numbers perk card. It makes your mutations a little bit stronger. And blight soup is not difficult at all to create. That's the reason why I prefer herbivore over carnivore. I feel like the food buffs are easier to make with herbivore. But hey, I mean, carnivore can work with this too. If you like rocking carnivore, then you can rock that. I know the Radhog burnt ends help a lot with action points if you are rocking carnivore. I'll get more into the buffs later on. Now let's go ahead and get into the weapons. There's a couple different weapon variations that you can use here in case you don't have a specific weapon. Really, this build can be utilized with any heavy weapon. That's what this is, a heavy gunner build. These are just the more preferred and suggested weapons that I'm going to be sharing with y'all. But if you don't have any of these and you have another heavy weapon, then just use that one until you can get your hands on at least one of these. So for the first one here is a pepper shaker. As you can see, first off, you're going to want hex barrel modification on it, the plasma mag modification on it, and gunner sight. And for the effects, you're going to want the Furious, VATS Enhanced, VATS Optimized, and Conductors. That's one that you can use. You can get the pepper shaker from the limited time Meat Week event that Graham runs, that Bethesda sometimes adds in. It's a limited time event. Also, you may know someone that can just craft you the pepper shaker, because you do learn to craft it after all. So you could just possibly find someone that could craft you a pepper shaker with these modifications on it and drop it for you. And then you can just add the legendary effects to it. They could help you get the legendary effects. I don't know. The pepper shaker is the easiest one to get your hands on out of all these that are preferred because it is tradable and droppable. The other ones require gold bullion, and you're going to have max raider reputation. Pepper shaker, you don't need that. So yeah, that's why I think it's one of the easier ones to get your hands on out of these that are preferred to use with this build. Another one you can utilize is another pepper shaker. Hex barrel, standard mag, gunner sight, once again, for the modifications. For the legendary effects, you're going to want Furious, Crippling, VATS Optimized, and Conductors. Here's another variation of the pepper shaker that you can use. Next up here is for the Gauss minigun. For this one, most importantly, you're going to want that Penta-Barrel modification. That is a extremely important modification to have on a Gauss minigun. It's really not all that great if you don't have the pencil barrel, in my opinion. Or you're also going to want gunner sights and Tesla coil capacitor. Those aren't as important as that pencil barrel, though. For the legendary effects, you're going to want Furious, Rapid, VATS Optimized, and pinpointers. So yeah, that is for the Gauss minigun. Lastly here, most importantly, is the Tesla cannon. Which, by the way, you get the Gauss minigun from maxing the Raider reputation. The gold bullion vendor, Mortimer, will sell the Gauss minigun. And same for the Tesla cannon. Once you get that maxed out, you'll be able to get the Tesla cannon from Mortimer. You're going to have to max, once again, the Raider reputation, though, to see it in that gold bullion vendor's loot pool. Anyways, for the Tesla cannon, you're going to want Furious, Rapid, VATS Optimized, and pinpointers. The reason why you're going to want pinpointers and not conductors is because the Tesla cannon doesn't require all that much for VATS to use. So you don't need conductors to save you, action points. And for the modifications, you're going to want the Nicola Series 2, Huge Ampacity, Solid State Series 3, Direct Current Muzzle, and Recon Scope. So yeah, this is going to be dealing out a lot of damage. This is going to be like your main weapon for taking out bosses easily. Or the Pepper Shaker, or the Gauss minigun. I mean, all these weapons are going to be great. Just, you could choose between any of these that you want to use. All of these will work getting through the raid. You don't have to have one specific one. I use the Pepper Shaker on the PC because I don't have my Raider reputation maxed yet, and it works just fine. I use it all the time. Anyways, next up here is for the power armor. Keep in mind, you don't have to have this same power armor, but it is really handy if you are going through the raid because it does give you good poison resistance, and that is the Union power armor. But you can, once again, utilize any other power armor. But I will say, before I get into all this, like I said, the Union power armor gives you great poison resistance, and if you are going through the raid, you're going to want to swap out the legendary perk card, taking one for the team, and put Funky Duds on if you're not using the Union power armor. Put Funky Duds on because that'll help you with poison resistance. That'll make up for it. But if you are using the Union power armor, you can have taking one for the team on as a legendary perk. Keep that in mind. Just something you should know. But anyways, now let's go and get into the legendary effects on the power armor that you're going to want. So starting off here with the Union helmet, you're going to want to modify it with the VATS Matrix overlay. This will give you plus 10% VATS accuracy. Just a little, extra. But for the armor, you're going to want the new legendary effect Lucid. If you're not able to get that, just use Vanguards. That works just as well too. But Lucid is the best. It's similar to Overeaters, gives you great damage reduction. It's going to make you more tanky. Second star, you're going to want endurance. 2 endurance right now for the left arm and right arm. Keep that in mind. You're also going to want through hikers. This is going to be the same for all. Same with the first star. It's going to be lucid for all or vanguards for all, whatever you got. For the third star, through hikers for all. It's going to help you with your food, drink, and chem weights to be reduced. And lastly, for the fourth star, you're going to want limit breaking for all of the legendary effects for all the pieces for the 4th star. Limit breaking is great for VATS builds, and that's what this is. As you can see, each worn armor piece reduces the cost of critical hits by -10%, up to -50% on a full stack. So it's great to keep up your critical hits. And for the left arm, you're going to want to modify it with the optimized bracers, and the same for the right arm. This will make it so power attack action points cost a little less. Anyways, now for the chest piece, you're going to want vanguards or lucid. Once again, this is going to help you be more tanky. If you have lucid, that is preferred, of course, since you are a ghoul too. But if you don't have lucid, I know that's a more rare one to get your hands on. Just use vanguards. It'll work just fine. And for the second star, you're going to want luck. Third star, through hikers. 4th star, limit breaking, and kinetic dynamo for the modification. This restores action points by 20% of damage taken. So yeah, great modification to have on the chest, and not difficult at all to get. It actually costs less stamps, way less stamps than trying to get the Union jetpack. But if you're not using Union power armor, nonetheless, kinetic dynamo is something easier to get your hands on usually. For the right arm, you're going to want vanguards or lucid, endurance, like I mentioned, through hikers, limit breaking, and optimized bracers. Now down to the left leg and right leg. For the left leg and right leg, you're going to either want vanguards or lucid, preferred lucid. For the second star, you're going to want agility for both of the legs, through hikers for both of the legs, limit breaking for both of the legs, and lastly, calibrated shocks for both of the legs. This is going to increase your carry weight by a total of 100 when you have it on both legs. It's plus 50 for each leg. So yeah, great armor to keep in mind. That is it though. That is the build overall. This is an in-game build. This is an in-game build that will make the raid super easy. I hope this helps you all out. This is used by so much of my crew that help people get through the raid. Really good players that have been through the raid literally hundreds of times by now, easily, and they have utilized this build. And a lot of them utilize this build if they are a ghoul. So I definitely recommend this. It is literally one of the meta builds that you can use to become the most powerful that you can be as a ghoul. Let me know down below in the comments if you gave this a shot. Love to know your guys' thoughts. I'm telling you all though, it works. I use it personally all the time, and it has done me justice. So, yeah, I can vouch for this build. It definitely works. This was shared to me by, once again, Dinothaur, and yeah, props to him. I'm out here though, everyone. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time, watching and listening. Consider leaving a like on this video. Once again, we're trying to surpass that 500 like goal. That'd be awesome. Until next time though, everyone, peace.